Heyo, Lloyd Roll aka Mega Butts. In today's video, we're looking at Slaking EX. Now, I have always liked Slaking as a Pokemon. Playing through Ruby as a kid, I really enjoyed getting to Norman's gym and really having to kind of struggle and strategize my way through his gym and getting through his Vigoroths and his Slakings. So I really wanted to take this Slaking EX and turn it into a deck. It has seen some small amount of success, making a couple day twos at some regionals, but my list is just a little bit different. So let's jump right into that deck list. Already here at that deck list, starting us off with the star of the show being that Slaking EX, of course, with that ability, Born to Slack. If your opponent has no Pokemon EX or Pokemon V in play, this Pokemon can't attack. So really trying to prey on decks like Joltik Box, Raging Bolt EX, Goldango Dragapult, Dragapult EX, and things of that nature. Our Troodon EX is another one. With its attack for 2 colorless energy, Great Swing does 280 damage, and then you discard an energy from this Pokemon. Slaking EX being a very bulky Pokemon, stage 2, 340 HP. It's kind of insane. Its weakness being that fighting type. The only good fighting type Pokemon I feel like we have in the game right now is either Slitherwing or Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon, and, well, Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon doesn't even get to apply weakness. So, getting into the rest of the deck here, the way we pair that Great Swing attack with Boomerang Energy is quite interesting. Boomerang Energy says if this card is discarded by an effect of an attack used by the Pokemon this card is attached to, attach this card from your discard pile to that Pokemon after attacking. So, Great Swing makes us discard an energy. We discard the Boomerang Energy. It boomerangs itself right back to the Slaking EX after we pass our turn or after we attack. So we always are going to have 2 energy on our Slaking EX at all times. We also pair this with, of course, the Dunsparce Draw Engine, that runaway draw ability. Once during your turn, you may draw 3 cards. If you drew any cards in this way, shove this Pokemon and all attached cards back into your deck. We really do struggle with against decks like Frostlass Munkidori, or just kind of anything that is able to kind of shut us down or make it so Slaking can't really do any damage. Like I said, Frostlass Munkidori, they don't play any EXs. Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon's another difficult thing we have to overcome. So the Dunsparce EX is kind of our fix for that. With that Tenacious Tail attack for 1 colorless energy, 60 times. This attack does 60 damage for each of your opponent's Pokemon EX in play. And then its second attack, Destructive Drill for 3 energy, 150 damage. This attack's damage isn't affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. So kind of having that short effect is very nice as well. Now, we do play a copy of Calamitous Snowy Mountain whenever a player attaches an energy from their hand to one of their basic non-water type Pokemon. We put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. So we are kind of ended up putting some damage counters on our own stuff that we can eventually move off with Munkidori, and with Dragapult being so relevant. Munkidori is just a great card to kind of have in this deck with that ability to drain a Brainwash during your turn. If it has a dark energy attached, then you are able to move it to 3 damage counters from one of your Pokemon to another one of your opponent's Pokemon. So being able to kind of move some damage counters around is pretty helpful. We're also playing a couple other things to get some more damage counters in play to really hit that sweet numbers we need, like 310 and 330. And the other card is Spiky Energy. It says if the Pokemon this card is attached to is in the active spot and is damaged by an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, even if it's knocked out, you put 2 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. So in an ideal world, we'll have a Spiky Energy and a Boomerang Energy on our Slaking, hitting for 280, and then they punch back, hitting us for whatever, and then they take 2 more damage counters, then we can Adrena Brain, move 3, get to that Charizard, get to the Dragapult numbers that we need. Now, for the rest of the deck, we do have 2 Fan Rotom in here, so we can fan call and grab our Dunsparces and our Slakoths and our Vigoroths, 3 Arven, 2 Brock Scouting, 2 Boss, 1 Iono, 1 Corsus Tenacity, 4 Rare Candy, 3 Nest Ball, 3 Buddy Buddy Poffin, 2 Night Stretcher, 2 Ultra Bolt, 2 Earthen Vessel, 1 Hero's Cape. You really could play Maximum Belt if you really want to just hit those numbers of 330 really consistently. With that Maximum Belt 280 plus 50, you're going to be hitting that 330. But I feel like a 440 HP Slaking is not only funnier, but also more fun and really difficult to kind of get around. 1 Tackle Machine Evolution, 1 Calamitous Snowy Mountain, 4 Boomerang Energy, 3 Dark Energy, 2 Jet Energy, 2 Spiky Energy, and 1 Psychic Energy, so we can Mind Bend. Now let's jump right in to that gameplay. Already here at that Slaking EX gameplay here at the coin flip, we are going to elect to go second so we can try to pull off the Technical Machine Evolution play, getting things like our Dunsparces evolved into Dudunsparces and our Slakoths evolve into Vigoroths, and then hopefully even into Slakings shortly after. Starting off, our hand's not too bad. We have a Dunsparce in the active spot. We got a Dunsparce, and we got Boss's Orders, Rare Candy, Buddy by Poffin, and 2 Spiky Energy. So we're going to see what we can pull off here. Hopefully we can pull off some sort of evolution play, or maybe a top deck an Arven or something. We're just going to have to see. Our opponent goes Enzora in the active spot, attach Water Energy, and pass. We're going to go Buddy Buddy Poffin here for that Slakoth and that Fan Rotom. Fan Rotom going to use that Fan Call ability, getting us our Slakoth, our Vigoroth, and another Dunsparce. We're going to throw down that Slakoth and that Dunsparce as well. And then we're going to attach a Spiky Energy to our bench Slakoth and pass turn. Over to our opponent here. They don't have a great start, but let's be honest, we don't really either. Our opponent here going to go down that Froakie and that Torchic, and that Tickle Machine Evolution going to be coming out, so we're going to be getting some Frogadiers and Combuskins into play. Our opponent looks like to be playing that Greninja Blaziken Toolbox deck. I've seen this deck kind of going around the ranked ladder quite a bit. And I know a couple other YouTubers have made videos about this deck, and I think it's a pretty interesting deck. They're going to throw a Dark Energy on that Munkidori as well. Going to be able to get that Adrenal Brain moving pretty quickly. Evolution going to go into that Frogadier and into that Combuskin as well. And going to be able to hopefully go into that Enzora next turn so they can get some trade going. But they ended up Ionoing us, so we have a pretty okay hand again. Once again, our hand before wasn't that great, so we're gonna Dunsparce here or Nest Ball for Dunsparce, and we're kind of in a weird spot. So we're just gonna Boss's Orders here, try to stall maybe for a turn. We're gonna pull up that Frogadier here, and the reason we do that is because if our opponent ends up knocking out the Dunsparce, then we kind of are able to try to draw out of it, or maybe kind of try to get our way into something, force our opponent to have more cards rather than less. Another card that I feel like would be really good in this Slakoth deck would be Pheasantipity EX. I opted to not put it in the deck because a couple times when I was playing it, I ended up getting punished really badly by starting with it and couldn't really get out of it fast enough. But I think that's just any game. So one change I would make is I'd probably cut something for that Pheasantipity EX. Just too good of a card to not have in here. So, we're going to get a Rare Candy and a Slaking EX in our hand from our opponent's Iono again. We're going to have Boomerang Energy in hand as well. So we're in a pretty interesting spot here. We're going to be able to potentially get ourselves into Boomerang Energy, Rare Candy into Slaking, and then take a knockout on something here. And hopefully try to get some prize cards rolling in this matchup. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to attach that Boomerang Energy to the Slakoth, Rare Candy into that Slaking EX. Now, Tickle Machine De-Evolution is something that their deck probably does play, so we do got to be a little concerned with that. So we're going to Arven here, going to grab ourselves that Hero's Cape, and the reason I grab it is because, like I said, 440 HP. Slaking EX is just really difficult to deal with. Ultra Ball, going to discard that Buddy Buddy Poffin and that Jet Energy. Then we're going to retreat out of the Slaking EX here. And then we're just going to Great Swing for 280 damage. Discard the Boomerang Energy. Be able to circle it right back to our Slaking. The reason I didn't run away draw there is if our opponent tries to unfair stamp us or plays another Iono or something, or we just kind of end up having a dead hand, then I could just do it next turn. There wasn't really a reason to do it now. We already played a supporter that turn. I was taking a knockout regardless. We weren't behind on prize cards, so counter catchers or anything like that just weren't in the cards, right? So our opponent here going to get into Blaziken EX. Going to have 2 of them here. Going to be able to use that Seething Spirit ability to be able to put some water energy to that Frogadier here. Smolder Salt. Going to be able to hit for 200 damage here. But now I'm in an interesting position. If I can run away draw here and then find myself into my Munkidori, I'm in a pretty okay spot. So exactly what we're going to get here. We're going to go Nest Ball into the Munkidori. We're going to Earthen Vessel, pitch ourselves that Slakoth, get 2 Dark Energy here, play the Calamitous Snowy Mountain, but first attach the Dark Energy so we don't get more damage counters and play that we don't need. Move 3 damage counters, Great Swing for 280 damage, getting 330 damage, just like that. Being able to take a knockout on that Blaziken, putting us at a 3-6 split. We have really just pulled ourselves away in this game, really kind of putting ourselves in a very good spot. Now, our opponent here is going to have access to a couple things. Going to get that Pokegear, find the Arven, play that Arven here. Going to try to find themselves probably a Greninja EX. Now, Greninja EX is going to hit this Slaking for weakness, unfortunately. And that is not really what we want, but not too much we can do about it. So Ultra Ball going to come down here. Going to probably grab that Greninja EX. And if they don't end up having the Greninja EX, this is pretty much an auto win, I think, for us. And they don't have the Greninja EX, so they're actually going to concede there to us. But even if they had the Greninja EX, I don't think it would have mattered too much. We would have been able to kind of just draw a bunch of cards, get a bunch of access to things. We already had Rare Candy in hand. We just need to find another Slaking and just attach some energies and start punching face and really be able to kind of just seal the deal in that game there. But now let's jump right in to that outro. Alright, it's going to draw for today's video. Make sure to put the decklist that I played in today's video in the description below, ready for copy paste into TCG Live. And of course, while you're down there, if you're enjoying the content I've been making stuff on the channel, don't forget to leave a like, smash the subscribe button. Alright, would appreciate it. And of course, make sure to follow me on Twitter, follow me on TikTok, and join the Mega Blitz PokeCove Discord. I'm trying to get all different kinds of activities going on in the PokeCove Discord. Even thinking about doing a weekly thing where I submit all these codes that I don't need for TCG Live, kind of once a week, maybe twice a week. So definitely join the Discord so you can hopefully get first dibs on that bi-weekly kind of code upload, we'll call it. But that's going to do it for today's video, so I'll see you all in the next one. Peace!